Okay, I promised you guys some more updates on the car wash a little more frequently here now. We're getting that much closer to being able to open, and the goal is to open before the snow flies. We don't really control when that's gonna happen, but right now I feel like we're kind of on track for like last week in November, December 1st, like a good solid opening, soft opening, and then get everything tweaked up and be fully rolling by the 1st of the year. So let me show you guys some of the things that we've been working on. And I know maybe to you, I don't know how many of you have been following my previous videos. Go back and watch, episodes 1, 2, and 3 where we first got this property, and I think you'll notice that we've actually made some pretty good significant improvements, but it's still a long ways from being open. So right actually here now, you look down, it was really expensive to just rip out this whole asphalt. Drive and everything all the way around the property. And it was about the third of the price to just do some larger patchwork where the water has been ponding in the past and ate away the asphalt. And then we're waiting for about a 60 to 65 degree day to be able to reseal this whole property, and it'll all match, a nice clean black surface. That's actually the biggest item that's been on our list to get done as far as budget wise. About 18 grand in the end is what it's gonna probably tally up to patch everything, put in a little bit of drain work, and then reseal the whole property. It's a big property. That's a big item. And then something that's gonna be really cool, you guys are gonna have to subscribe and start following the channel to see it happen. Next week we're gonna be throwing paint up on here. And so many people that are in the car wash game have actually been trying to get me to not do it. They've been trying to get me to just leave it as either bare brick or do PVC panels. But here's the thing why I feel like we need to paint. And let me show you a little bit more. I have a better example here. Over the years, this car wash hasn't been open for probably 15 years, right? And this fence in the front of the property has only been there for maybe 3 or 4. And before that, this place was just rampant with broken cars, people dumping junk here and stuff. But there was a lot of graffiti on this building. And in order to cover it up, the easiest thing was just to, come out here with a bucket of paint and roll over it to kind of deter people from coming back and just adding more and more and more. And so we literally have places like this all over the building that have already been painted to cover graffiti. And having to go back and strip that off and get back to the bare brick to start over with is going to be really difficult. And so I have a very good process to get this car wash painted with an epoxy latex paint. I've been working with my paint rep that's helped me out for the last year plus on my real estate projects, and he's got me some special order paint that's coming that's going to really adhere, be nice to clean off with a pressure washer, and give this place a really clean look. And then maybe something that you guys can tell me in the comments if you think it's gonna be cool. I'm gonna put like a blue accent strip about 3/4 of the way up, and that's just gonna accent like the either gray or white paint that we use on the building itself. So that's something that we're doing. Inside the equipment room here, I've stripped out like all the pumps and everything. You guys have already seen that in the past. This is all gonna get moved over here to the far left, which is my hot water heater and water softener. We're gonna build some stairs off this side right here to come down, and so that the storage above here is a lot more accessible. I'm gonna put like a water storage tank, an air compressor up there, so it's kind of up and out of the way. And then right here, the measurements I have, our pump stand is gonna fit perfectly right here. It's gonna, really, I've been in this planning stage a lot, and I have like this visualization of where this whole equipment room is gonna be, and it still looks like a mess right now, but it's coming along and it's not that far away really from being there. And then you guys saw that in last week's update that we got stripped out, and I'm not planning on fixing a lot of my electrical until I really need to, because I just don't want to have to do this over again. I've already paid to have the electrical work done, then they stripped the wire out, and I'm gonna have to redo a bunch of it, and so I'm kind of waiting. I've got things a little bit out of code right now just to keep my lights on, if you can tell. That's something that's coming up. And then one more thing, all these wires right here go out to each individual bay to control the different functions on my timer. And so they have like 5 or 6 wires inside. I'm replacing all that because this is the original stuff from like the 70s or 80s. I'm replacing that with these wires here because we're going to be adding more functions to each bay, and we need new wires. So I got that pulled through. I've got Cat 6 wire here that's going to go with all that stuff, so that I have a hardwired Ethernet cable just in case I need to use that for each of my card readers. Even though that it's not required, it's an option. And so for reliability, I'm going to have this cable run out to there. Other than that, that's kind of like the update. You guys have been asking for it. We're getting closer, and I know it doesn't look like it. That's kind of why I've been waiting to upload another video for you guys. Like I say, next week paint's going on. That's going to be a huge difference. Once the pavement is resealed, that's going to be fresh. I got a coming soon sign that's going to go up front outside the building, and then we're going to be ready to open. So follow along, subscribe to the channel, and we'll show you once it's up and running.